Good morning, everybody. AJ, the CEO here. I hope y'all are all doing well. Switching it up a little bit, and I hit the wrong one. I guess that lower third works too. I hope y'all are. Mm, I don't know if y'all noticed the difference. My image letterboxed on me. We did an update. The Blackmagic camera did an update, so I need to change this image real quick. Nah, this is getting on my nerves. Hold on 1 second. Let's switch back over to here. All right, I think there we go. I did the update for the Blackmagic cameras, and it changed my aspect ratio, so we don't have the letterbox here. Anyway, I hope y'all are doing well. I'm migrating all of my stuff, and obviously I am not as prepared as I thought. We did our live stream yesterday, but last week when we had some other issues, I moved it to Saturday, and a bunch of y'all said y'all liked it. So, hey, we had another one, and then I have a extra benefit. I'm here because I woke up this morning and my back tire is completely flat. So I have to, if you don't know, the Tesla does not come with a spare tire. I have roadside assistance, but the shop is not open till Monday. So I have a battery tire inflator that I will, pump up the tire so I can, get my daughter where she needs to go and get to church. But I don't want to put a lot of driving on that. So, hey, I'm here. I can't go nowhere anyway. Anyway, let's holler at some folks. We got a lot of stuff to talk about based off of Blackmagic stuff yesterday. Really excited about that. But let's see. Dr. JMM Trademark, he's at church. Good morning, Anthony. What is going on? Ms. Michelle, hello, good morning. First Start Church of Philadelphia, hello, hello. Parker, good morning. Juanita Jones, hello. Miracle Valley today from Arizona, hey, good morning. And G-Man's Multimedia, hello, hello. Keith, good morning. Mr. Clarence, hello, hello. All right, so folks, if you were not a part or saw the very, very long live stream from Blackmagic, they announced a bunch of new stuff. And I'll give you some demos. I actually did a live stream last night showing some of the stuff, but they got a lot of cool stuff. They released a 12K cinema camera. Man, the toys. Got that. They also have a 6K box camera that's on the same frame as the Pocket Cinema camera. 6K, DaVinci Resolve 19. Yes. The new speed editor or replay editor. They have some micro consoles, a new Ethernet switch. They're all on sending video over 10 gigabit Ethernet, which I think is cool. Let me take this ear out. I'm waiting for 2 projectors that FedEx said that they tried to deliver, but the business was closed. I'm like, this is not a business, and you didn't come here at all. So I'm waiting for that. And then I have another one. This is for TCF, which I was supposed to start back on Monday, but if I can't get my tire fixed till Monday, we're not going up there till Tuesday. But anyway, so that 2110 IP stuff, new converters, they're pushing everything in that range. A lot of new stuff. They have the Constellation 4K. So this is in the same frame of the one that I'm installing at TCF, but this is the 4K version. Price jumped up, by, I think, double. Let me go in here real quick because this is a 2ME Constellation C. Yeah, that's $3,800 compared to, when is the 17. That's what we're installing at TCF. But a lot of great stuff and tools that can play around. So I'm gonna do the demo again and that I did yesterday, just so y'all can see. So this is the studio version, and to confirm, some of these enhancements are only in the studio version. Honestly, you get one of the controllers, like this is the original controller that I got here, and I'm trying to work on this. So the replay controller is bigger, and it just kicked out my screen here for a second. It keeps saying I need to do an update on this, but when I do it, it doesn't run anything. But anyway, inside of here, it has a bunch of cool stuff. So let me see, where's that song I had? And I ran my audio through here, through the system. So now it's not going to be picking up directly. So let me give you an example of what you could do with this stuff. And let me go back to single screen so you can see. So we got this track here, and I do have a license for this, Epidemic Sound. So if I play this song, I'm trying to get my speed editor to connect. All right, so if I play this, let me skip forward some. All right. So you can obviously hear the woman singing, and it has background. So if I come here into Fairlight, well, actually, let me see. Can you access it through the editor? Yes, you can. All right. So if I click on the track, see, we have this music remixer, really slick. So if we play it, all right. So now let me hit the mute. Completely drop the vocals out. Turn it up a little bit. Really cool. Drop it out again. Now we could do it in reverse. Let's get rid of everything. Now it ain't nothing but the words. Let's bring it in other. Bass. Drop the drums. So that's really cool. That is really, really cool. So now, what's the example I think of this? What if you are editing, or you have your church service, and unfortunately you're playing some music and you get hit on the live stream, but you're editing it to post it up? You can come in here, chop this section out here. So let's do the blade here, and let's chop out this little section. Say this is the praise team, and they're dancing to a track or something like this, and you want to actually just remove this part. So what I do, I would bring that audio to a separate track, do a music mixer just on that section, and then say, let me get rid of everything except for the words. So like if we come in here, I will make you answer for all of your, you see that change? Let's do it again. Make you answer for all of your mistakes. But I'm way too weak now, crawling on all fours. So you can think, if you had music being played, you'll probably still get hit on the live stream. But if you're editing, you can come back in here and then drop that out and at least edit and post it back. And hopefully that can help you, you know, get around some, if you are having some audio or something that was outside of your control. Oh, and also, I never went through my formal stuff. I'm so off like I normally would be. If I don't get to your question, folks, know that you can email me at questions@ajhomes.com. Give me 48 to 72 hours to respond. If you're not a part of the Facebook group, go to Facebook, look up Modern Media Ministry Made Easy. Go ahead and join, answer the 3 questions, and that's it. Do not live stream inside the group your church stuff, and you are good. What other stuff we hear? So this is more tech stuff that we're talking about. I really want to hear y'all stories, folks. I know y'all are doing some great stuff. If you can email me at info@ajhomes.com, do a video, no music, clear audio, and give me a history of what you got going on. If it's something something that y'all are doing that you're proud of at your ministry, with your media ministry, I'd love to put you on the platform and share it with other people, because whatever you do could inspire some other people as well too. And then also want to shout out your team. Email me at questions@ajhomes.com. Make the subject my media team. Get a picture of your team. Let me know where you're at in your ministry and give a shout out to y'all as well too. Please know if you have any questions, drop a Q in front of it so it makes it jump out. And I think I had 3 people that volunteered. I'm waiting to get a link from them so I can analyze and look over their live stream and review it and give some updates and all this other fun stuff. I guess some other people were asking if I would go back and bring back the church post-production where we're editing stuff. And I may look at doing that. So I'm actually logging in right now to download one. I'll download Antiochs because I still have access to the studio stuff. So if there's an issue, we can go and fix that. So let me go ahead and download that. And if y'all don't have any questions, we're going to jump into editing that whenever this starts to download. Only you can download this. Okay. All right, there it goes. It's starting to download now. So this is a 4.6 gig file. So this is probably going to take a second. But let me know, did any of y'all watch any of the Black Magic stuff? Honestly, I was really hoping they were going to announce something with a new A10 mini line, maybe like a 4K version or something like that. That's what I was hoping about. But no, nothing on that. Granted, NAB is for broadcasting stuff, like the high-end stuff. So it's kind of probably would be the reason how that came up. But hey, folks, I'm here. If y'all have any questions, let me know. Pete, hello, good morning. Ty, hey, good morning as well. Philip Paul, hello. Niril, God bless you as well, too. Don't understand the rest of that. Let me see. Can I translate that? And it won't even let me select it. Let me see. Can I buy a used NST NVR 16 to use it with any camera that has PoE? The NST DVR. I am not sure. I don't know what that is. I'm not familiar with that. All right, it says this file is going to take about 9 more minutes to download, and we'll walk through that. G. Albert, yeah, if you send it, we'll look at it right now. And we can, give an idea. Now, the other thing, because I want to respect y'all's time, what I want to do is, maybe I'm guilty. Equip Institute. Hey, good morning to you as well. Glad to catch you live on today. Hey, well, thank you for joining us. Now, what I want to do is I want to get back into, I think I might be coming out of retirement pretty soon. As much as I'm, like I was telling y'all, I miss playing, I miss editing, I miss doing all this other stuff. So let's go ahead while I'm waiting for y'all to have, well, actually, you know what? I didn't do this. Let me do this, because I didn't get a chance to do this yesterday. Hold on, I'm trying to get my desk set up so I can actually see everything at the same time. All right, folks. So it's Saturday, so let's do something. Let's bring it back. If you want to give me a call, we can go ahead, and I am taking a couple of phone calls. First come, first serve, and we'll go from there. This is for the live stream only. If you try and call when I am not live, automatically this thing will list you as a blocked number. This number is only for when I am live. So give me a call. I can bring you in here. Let me test here real quick. So that's there. I hear it in here. Y'all should hear it as well too. One more time. Yes, so if anybody calls, I should be able to get it in here. But while we're doing that, waiting for a call, what I'm going to do is start prepping for doing some announcements. I think doing announcements is a very easy way to streamline stuff. Hold on. We actually got a question here. Let's cut back. Yeah. Juanita Jones wants to know, is there a way to go back and edit a YouTube live stream? Yes, actually it is. You won't have super control like DaVinci Resolve or something like that, but yes, you can. So for example, you're seeing me do this because normally my keyboard is right here on my desk. I moved my keyboard under the desk, so I'm so used to doing this because I needed more space. So if you ever saw that. So let's actually remote in. Let me go to Antiochs because that's the easiest way. I should log into my daughter's laptop and catch her off guard. Let's go log in here. And let's go full screen. Didn't do it the way I wanted to. I'm going to go full screen here. Now, when you do it inside of this, like the live stream that I did an edit to that. So first, let's go log in here. We're going to go over here to the studio. And let me go back here. So I don't know if you saw when I did this, those copyrights, see, they got dropped because I had the license for it on some of these. How in the world are you claiming a copyright on Blessed Assurance? Who's claiming ownership of this? Capital CMG. They don't own none of this. Anyway, let's go in here and look at this one. So how would you edit this? Once you go in here, you have your editor here over to the left, and you can click on this, and you can do some edits where you can blur some stuff if things don't need to be seen. You can trim and cut. Just realize, like, for example, I don't think it's going to matter. And they actually have thanks for watching. That's the wrong scene up here. So say I want to trim this out. I would do a trim and cut. And then I can select where I want this to be. And then you could do other pieces inside of it and do new cuts and stuff like that. But realize when you do make this change, what it's doing, YouTube is doing this in the background, and the original video, I believe, is still available. So like, for example, I'm going to do this, and this was like 2 weeks ago. So that should be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. And normally it should have a preview there so I can see what's going on. I think it's such a big file because it was an hour and a half. But that's how you would go in here. Again, basic, simple stuff, not a lot of major edits. Like you can come in here after the fact and add music. You could replace some music. Now it wants to show up. All right, so now if I skip forward some, so I'm looking for when the audio started, and I'll actually do it. So say we trim and cut. I'm going to bring this back to right here because there was actually no sound, no music, no nothing, which is they were using the wrong scene. So I can zoom up. Come on now. What are you doing? I can zoom in so I can get closer to the timeline so I can trim this closer. So I want to get it right there. So I'll save that. And then this might take a few hours. Viewers will see the current version. You won't be able to make other changes to this video. The original version of the video will be stored so you can undo these edits. So everybody's still going to be able to see the original. When the other one is done, then you'll be able to, when they finish editing, then you'll be able to see it. So if I back out and see, that's the one. But if I come over here to videos, it should be produced here when they make it. So yes, you can. Now, the other thing you could do is always come in down here and download it and then edit it. But if you needed to do it inside the browser, that's how you would do it. Equip Institute wants to know, what app are you using for the calls during live stream? Honestly, it's just Google Voice, and I just have it going through the browser so that I can bring up calls. That's it. So I'm using my mic and everything. The browser picks up everything, and it just passes it through the sound system. That's it. Well, thank you, Florence. I appreciate it. Reverend Leroy, hello, good morning. All right, so while that's doing, let me kick off of this computer, and let's cut back over here. So the thought, let's go ahead and just build out while I'm taking questions and everything like that. Remember, you can give me a call if you wanted to right here. That's the number there. But what we're going to do is kind of walk you through the mindset of the anatomy of a church announcements. We haven't done this in a while, but so we want to build up the framework. So let's do it. Might as well just do it in DaVinci Resolve. And let's just do a new one here. No, I don't want to save. We'll say church announcements. Now, one thing I will say, YouTube has done an update that if you do any AI generated stuff where it's completely AI, you need to flag that and it shows it. We're not going to be doing a lot. This is just going to be for basic stuff. So like, for example, how I like to start is something to get everybody's attention. You want to do a countdown. So where are my effects? And I'm so used to doing this with two screens. So let me scan this over so I can have some more space. So we're going to go to some titles, and I'm just going to do text holders so we can go see what we're going to do. So the first part here, we're going to do a countdown, get everyone's attention. And when we typically want to do this, we want to engage as many senses as possible to engage with people. All right, now in between, I am going to answer y'all's questions. Let me cut back here. Pete has a question. Have you heard of the OC Ghost Stream deck as a replacement of the ATEM? And if so, what do you think about it? Yes, actually, I have one. Here it goes. I've actually done some reviews on it. I think it's really good. There are some issues, but as a replacement for the ATEM Mini Pro, I think you get much more bang for your buck with this because it can stream to multiple platforms and you have 2 HDMI outs and all this other stuff. So yes, I think it's actually good, and it's around the same price. Some people have said they've had issues with it being overheating and going for long streams. The longest stream I've done with it is 2 hours, and I didn't have any issues. No, the longest stream I did with it was the one when I was testing out the Anchor F1200, and that was for 12 hours, and I didn't have any issues. G-Man Multimedia. We only have one camera at this time, but what would be the benefits of using the ATEM or Magwell capture card we are using versus? Well, first, it'll set you up in the future for expansion. The internal capture cards, like something like this is the DeckLink mini recorder. This obviously only lets you have one input. So, like, I use this right now, but I have a computer that the ATEM is capturing multiple devices. The Magwell is fine, but again, it limits your expansion. Now, unless, and again, the ATEM does the same thing as the Magwell. It just gives you more inputs, just like the OC Go. It just gives you more inputs, and it filters everything into a USB out that goes into your computer, which is the same way as the ATEM does. It just gives you more options for more inputs. That's what I would think. And then it just gives you a bunch of, it offloads the other effects and everything that your computer, who is reading from the capture card, would do. It can actually do it on the device. That's the benefit of separating it. Hope that answers your question. All right, so back over here, we want to do something to get people's attention, right? And we want to engage as many senses as possible. So let's go ahead. I use Envato Elements. I've been using them for years. It has a bunch of stuff, and actually it's a new month. So let's go to videohive.net. They own the same thing. If you scroll all the way down here, they give stuff out for free. So they have glitch tube titles, drone UAV business. Oh, that's interesting. Based on the certain things we just recently did this week. So these are the things you can get for free. I honestly recommend you just make an account here. You ain't got to buy nothing, but every month they give this stuff out. So if I look at this, let me mute that music because I don't have the rights for that. So these are different titles that you can embed in your video editing. So really cool, not my style, but this will work. You need to have After Effects. So that's free stuff that you can get. That's what I did with a lot of the things that I had with church when I got started. It actually gives you a HTML videography website template. And I guess I should have downloaded those. Well, I'll sign in and do it later. You also get a web survey for WordPress. You have a Hearts Pack static images. And then you have music that you can get a license for when you do this and use it for free. This is one of the things that I always use. But anyway, let's go ahead and get rid of all of this. So how do we want to do that? I want to start with a countdown, and I'm going away from me making this because I could make everything myself. So we got a couple of countdowns. We want to get people's attention. You don't need to have it be really long. So most of these are going to start with a 10. Let's see. I don't like those colors. I like that. I like that one. I think that's a little bit too much. I actually like this one. So let's do both of these. So I select my project, and then I'm just going to download both of these. All right, and while y'all doing that, let's see. We got some other questions from y'all. I would use the ATEM allow for growth. That's kind of the reason why I lean into that as well, too. Roland from Zurich, Switzerland. Hello, hello. Hey, Reverend Richard. What's going on? G. Albert, to get to the link, the first one, go to videohive.net. That is owned by Envato. Now, Envato Elements is, out of all the websites that Envato uses, all of these. So it's Video Hive. So it's Video Hive, Code Canyon, Theme Forest, Audio Jungle, Graphic River, Photo Dune, and 3D Ocean. All of these, they have this, but I like Envato Elements because everything that's here sooner or later gets migrated to the unlimited. So that's why I use Envato Elements, because I would go in here and download certain ones for a project, and we're talking about maybe $30, $60 for a project compared to 190, and I can download as much of these as I want and use them for any project. That's the reason why I ultimately moved to that. All right, let's go ahead and get all of this stuff organized. So we got our downloads. I'm going to use current projects, and we'll do this as church announcements. So this is going to be a mixture of video editing and announcements all at the same time. Let's get this over here. And we're going to build this all out. So back here, I want to do a clock tick. Oh, I need that to be sound. So sound effects. Let's listen to this. That could possibly work. Again, we want to engage in the senses. So we already got the visual. Now we want to get some sound as well, too. And we're going to put some music behind it as well, too. That's too much. Let's see. I might have to just go with this first one. All right, we'll go with that one. And we're going to pair all this stuff together. So we got our sound. Downloads, clicking sound. We bring that over here. Yeah, it doesn't matter about Windows or Mac, G. Albert. It's pretty much, they're just templates and they're videos, and it's mainly the program that it works. Like what I'm downloading is just audio files and pre-made videos. So it doesn't matter the computer. All right, so we got this done. All right, we got a phone call here. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey,
How's it going, AJ?
Doing good. Who am I speaking with?
Speaking with Pastor Ken. How you doing?
Doing great. And yourself?
Good. We had to test this out, didn't
we? Yeah. So I
just had an easy question.
Yeah.
I just had an easy question for you. So, right now we're using a laptop for our video ministry. We are in a temporary location. We're going to move to another church soon. So I was kind of waiting to buy my moving cameras and my ATM and all that stuff. But when that does happen, do you prefer like a laptop over a desktop or something like that when we get stationary?
Personally, I like a desktop only because tech is moving so fast. Like the laptop I just bought, the Nitro 17, I got that just because I move a lot and it's capable. But when like the Nitro 5 that I had 4 years ago, I can't upgrade that. So that's why I had to buy a new one compared to, like, surprisingly, the computer I'm on right now is the exact same computer. The genesis of that computer was the one that I built when I was in the Marines in 1997. It don't look the same, but I've just slowly replaced one piece at a time, and it's got me to where I'm at. So that's my mindset. So like you get a desktop and, oh, you know what? We need a faster graphics card. You can go to Best Buy, Amazon, Newegg, and just buy that and pop it in. And then, wow, you got faster computer. That's me. But I do understand that if space is limited, you can go with a laptop. But again, depends what the laptop is going to be used for as well, too. Like, I like having a laptop if it's something that, hey, we're just looking for somebody that's in the media that needs to monitor the comments or something like that on the live stream, or for running lighting, which is just a simple program, nothing intense. I would use it for that, or just administration stuff, emails, website, maybe graphic editing, Photoshop, something like that, Canva, something that isn't intensive. But if you ever have a desire of like, this is going to be the system that handles our live stream, I wouldn't do that. Or you want your laptop to run presentation software. That's a good start because, like, even my laptop, the new one, I have the screen that's built into the laptop and I only have one HDMI out, which means I can run a audience display, but I can't run an audience
Mm-hmm.
display and a stage display because the laptop only gives me one output. See, I'm limited right there.
Right.
So
Yeah,
again,
no,
I'm
that
not
makes a lot of
against it.
sense,
It's
especially
just knowing what it can do.
yeah.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
No, I'm just saying that you made the bulb click in my head because, like you said, with the desktop, you can switch things. You can switch things in and out with the technology updates.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
that works. I
Well, I
mean, now
appreciate your
again,
time.
you can always rotate it. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying I appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, thank you for calling in.
Okay.
All right. You have a good one.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
You too.
Yep. Sorry. I have an echo here, so I'm sorry if I didn't mean to slam cut off the call that fast. My apologies. I'm hearing a second echo, so I need to work through that. All right. So if we cut back over here, so we got our files. I've dragged them over here, and we're gonna add our audio. All right. So now that I've got this, we want to do our countdown. So I don't want to do this whole thing because I think 10 seconds is a bit much. So I personally would maybe start with 3. So I want to start right there. I'm going to hit the I button for our endpoint. And then I'm just going to drag this whole thing down here. So now we got our beginning part. Boom. Then we go into the video. So now we got to line up our ticks with that. And that was easy. So we don't need that last one. So we want to get everybody's attention. Maybe do a nice little fade in that top corner there, if I can get to it. So coming in. And we don't need the last one. You know, and then we fade out to whatever to bring in. So that's going to bring some people's attention. And then let's also find some intense music. So intense, epic music. That's too much.
Audio Jungle.
Wow, that's too much too.
Audio Jungle.
Let me check off corporate. I don't want to scare people when they do it. I don't know. Normally I would have some type of music in the background. Intense corporate. That works. Just for an example. All right, so I downloaded, got the license, and I'm gonna go back and download every single license of what I just did as well too, so that I don't get hit for that. All right, so we got that song there. Let's go ahead and add this to Where's my downloads? There we go. I'm gonna add that music into here, then bring that track over into here, and then we're just gonna build this out. Now, DaVinci Resolve 19 also has an auto ducker, meaning that it will drop the music so that it doesn't overpower somebody talking. I normally do this in my videos, and I had to do a bunch of side chaining to do that. So it looks at the audio and levels it that way. But there's some other stuff that you can play around with. So where is it? The new feature. So it's right here. So this one, it says, wasn't my source. So if I'm talking here, it can actually change the audio from there. And we'll play around with that. Now, we can do an intro. Again, just if you've noticed in YouTube, this is the other thing we have to be mindful of, and I've done the same thing. Intros have kind of gone away. Your intro is normally like 1 second. You don't want to drag people out too long as well. And I thought I saw a question here. So you want to make it short and sweet and get right to the point. Because, again, you know, we don't want to lose people's attention. You want to get straight to it. All right, hold on. I just see a question here. Philip Paul, how long would you use a snake cable head, XLR plugs, or on the XLR plate? Do you change to a certain extent of time? How long would you use a snake cable head? I really wouldn't say it's about the matter of time. It's more of like the I guess what's available. So like there are other churches I still use a traditional snake. Like if they don't want to do a new, like a lot of churches have a sound system in the back and they want to move it like into the media room, but they don't want to change the board, and we would just put a traditional snake to run that way. Other churches, they're like, hey, we want to go digital, then I completely gut it and we don't use that regular snake. So it's mainly dependent. I don't really have a time frame. It's more of a preference. Coming in as a consultant, I give a suggestion. If they don't want to change it, then we don't. We just use the same thing. All right. So let's go ahead. The video actually finished downloading. So let me save this and let me know if y'all want me to go through making announcements all over again. I think I'm actually going to try and take a announcement maybe from my church or somewhere else and try and make one all over again. We'll see. All right. So let's do live. Oh, we haven't done it again. Church post-production 2024. All right, I'll just do it this way. So I am going to bring, I should have just renamed it to, I thought I was making a title. All right, so let's make another one. This is Antioch, Verina, because this is what I was downloading. Let's go ahead and pull that file. And I still have some of the assets left over when I was doing their stuff. So let me see. Where are those files located at? Or did I move them? Antioch. And there it is, Resolve. And it's empty. I must have moved them. I got to find where they're at. But anyway, let's go. Let's go ahead and bring this in. This is their video. So let's see. If we play it right now. See, first off right now, there's absolutely no sound at all. Now for me, this, and I need y'all to look at y'all's live stream the same way. This, to me, is annoying. Why in the world would I want to sit here and just watch nothing but just dead silence? That's why we want to engage as much as possible. So like, and We might as well just analyze the snot out of this thing. So if I skip forward, this right here, that is fine. Be mindful of the colors that you use on your images, so that people can see it easily. So if let's skip forward here. Other thing right here, that's too much text. Way, 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 way too much text, too small, and it's not in full screen. You need to stretch this out 16 by 9 if you're using full screen resolution. This is more for social media. The post on social media in a vertical format is not great for when you have people watching in a regular TV. Look at all this dead space that you could be using. And again, there's still no sound going on in the background. Let's skip forward some more. Again, this is, again, a social media post. It is just as easy to make two. Make one for social media, make another one for the live stream. Again, I remember this picture. That could easily be stretched out. All of this could be stretched out to fill up the screen instead of having all this letterboxing, vertical letterboxing. Let's skip forward some more. Now, this is a good one, but again, the text is small. Want to bump this up, maybe use bold to make it stand out. You want to use contrasting colors that make it very easy. This looks fine on a screen that we're looking at, but you got to think on a projector, and I know the projectors that were installed because of the light, that would make that difficult to be seen. If you use this blue background, pick something else that's highly contrasting with this so it stands out. Let me see. G. Albert has a question. AJ, have you ever used a tool like Cursor Pro to magnify? Yes, actually, I do use one. Actually, thank you for bringing that up. I forgot to actually turn it on. And let's change the size to 40. Uh, 40. All right. So hopefully that works better for y'all. So we will want to have something that make the contrast different. Reverend MJF, hello. Yeah, and y'all was saying the same thing. So my apologies on that. So we would want to, especially with this contrast, we want to have something that highly contrasts the background so it stands out. And try and get away from the cursive unless it's like simple, like welcome, something like that. The main text, be mindful of the fonts that you're using. All right, let's skip forward some more. Again, I cannot highlight more about the fact there's no audio here. Again, a Bible study, you see how small that text is? Stretch this out. Again, Bible like that is awesome. We just need to stretch it out more. This is more appropriate for social media, not to be on the big screen or even for your live stream. Something bigger will work with that. I understand sometimes we're limited in the amount of people, but don't shortcut it. If you get it designed, have it designed for social media and full screen. Landscape, not portrait. All right, let's skip some more. Again, this is good. Text is way too small, way too small. At 65 feet on the wall from sitting in there, I wouldn't be able to read that. And most people wouldn't. And again, even on the screen right now, that's small to be able to see. Let's skip some more. That was a great meeting. Again, too much information on the screen. And the house still not being used as a treasure outside auction would begin this. Please bring one. Wait, again, it's nothing the matter with having that, but again, too much information on the screen. Less is more. All right, let's skip forward some more. Again, another one, way too small. Needs to bump this out so it can be read. And again, the color contrast right here, I can't see that at a distance. Like putting a shadow behind this would work great for this. Again, hello, Reverend MJF from Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington. I was actually there, what, 2 years ago? All right, let's skip forward a little bit more. And then it loops. So it looks like this is probably inside of Pro Presenter, and then it just needs to be enhanced and made a lot bigger to leverage what you got. But again, this is going on and nothing is being played. No audio. So it jumps right there into, and it's literally an abrupt jump. So see, and it just jumps right there. No, that's what I was saying. Sometimes using the cut in auto, it's just an abrupt change. If I'm rewinding it very slowly. So like right here, see it's transitioning and then boom, it just goes. So this is what I'm saying. A lot of times when you're doing your live stream, the live stream, we have to think when we run our live stream, what is beneficial for the people that are watching it. It's not just you just put it up there and you look like you're slackers for not coming to church. You're going to have to watch whatever we decide to get. No, you have to put a little bit more effort into it. How do you want to produce it to where it actually makes it worth people wanting to watch? G. Albert, are you using the free version of Venture Resolve or the 300? I've had the studio version since version 14. You buy it once and you get the studio version going on. It actually came with this camera and it came with the speed editor. But outside of the AI for the music, all of this is the same when it comes to that. So like, for example, if I cut back over here and let's go ahead and log back into Antioch stuff, I actually downloaded the other version, the free version, because this is where I really cut my teeth. At Antioch, originally I was using Sony Vegas for all of the video editing, and then I moved over to DaVinci Resolve. So let's go ahead and open this up. And this system actually was built for video editing. Didn't really have a lot of people I was able to teach on how to video edit. I had like one, but then I think he started coaching and things like that, so he didn't have the time to come in there. So I think this is probably one of the last edits that I did there. But again, it migrated everything and it's bringing it forth here. This one, I would probably replace the GPU in here. I'm not even sure what the system is being used for now, to be quite honest. I'd have to talk to Rakira. She's over the media ministry now there at Antioch. But hey, folks, like I said, if you have any other questions, you can still give me a call and we can go from there and see what we can do to help. And this one won't work because that file does not exist on the computer anymore. All right, so we'll go with this one. All right, so inside here, this is the free version of DaVinci Resolve. And again, the same way, this is actually the wrong countdown. Oh, I know the difference. When I used to do this, there's a hyperdeck shuttle here. So this is recording everything from the A10. What y'all are seeing, what I was editing was the record of the live stream. So just like I do for my live stream, I record on the SanDisk here so that I can always come back and edit everything. What y'all are seeing is the live stream. So that's kind of two things. It all depends on how you want to do it. So let's skip forward. I see a question here, waiting for it to pop up. And let me move that to the bottom so we can see both at the same time. Let me get my mouse back over here. Reverend Leroy wants to know, AJ, would you give your definition of a content creator or why a person ministry might need to hire one? A content, this is the same thing I actually said to my pastor because I'm helping him with this as well too. A content creator is a person that creates content, but I don't like that definition because I think, especially when it comes to ministry, or I'll just use me. I'm making content, but I'm making content on what I do. So all I'm doing is just turning on a camera and sharing with y'all what I do. That's the mindset I would define content creation when it comes to ministry. Now, going back to when you're talking about hiring somebody, it's more of a mindset. That's kind of like what we were talking about just now going through the video editing of what content, your live stream from your ministry, how can it be created in a way that people want to consume it instead of we're just expecting people to watch our stuff. All right. So again, I did it in a video before. It's like, why in the world would I want to watch your stuff anyway? What do I get out of it? If you can't answer that question, that's probably the reason why people are not watching it. So from a content creator, really it's just a mindset of, let me format this stuff in a way that makes it interesting for somebody to watch. So again, like for me, let me cut back and just show you the content creation mindset for me. So if I'm in here, and if I can get my mouse back over here, and let's do the full. So this is the entire service for me. All right. So first, from a content creation right now, a lot of this stuff, all of these dead spots right here in the breaks and gaps in time, stuff I would do. Now, I'm going to say this as a minister of music, and I've done music as well too. Music normally will get people in church way faster than the word. You can argue with that all day long. It's true. But if you have, just like we say, like you can have bad video, and if you have great audio, people still watch your videos. If you have great video and horrible audio, now it's offensive. It bothers you. People don't like screeching and all this other stuff in your sound. So I say that to say, if your music ministry is kind of rough, this is one of those things. Don't take it personally. Cut it out. If the music, come on now. I've been around enough people to where it's like, oh, somebody's singing sharp, somebody's singing flat, and you don't want that type of content. I'm not saying being perfect. I'm talking about actual flaws that anybody knows. We have to remove the emotionalness of it. If it's like, there's times I've had people that they sounded horribly off. I cut that video out because like I'm gonna actually do this because there's when I was there at Antioch, I completely made a brand new YouTube channel because the old original channel, this is the old original one. This is the last few things I did. The issue with this, if you go to some of these videos and I think I might have turned the comments off on some of these. This is when I was a little bit before when I was there. So first off, we got ads on here. Oh, because I'm on their computer. All right. So first thing, if we look at and I actually think I deleted it. Some of the comments that were in here, they were not representative of what you would want the church to be known. Like there were comments in here of like, why are people laughing? Why are this? Why is that? Stuff going on in the background. And it's like, do you want your ministry to be known for that? Meaning that the song could be great, but if it's getting everybody's attention to acting up and doing all this crazy stuff, why would anybody want to watch that? It's a distraction. I'm trying to find the video. I can't remember if I actually deleted the video or not. I might have, because it was a distraction. So we just have to be mindful of whatever content that you put. Is it going to be representative of your ministry? Is it going to be something that actually wants to be watched, or is it just a video that is up here just to be up there? We don't post anything. Mr. Charity, he passed a few years ago. Missed that guy. Are you just posting stuff to be posting it, or is it purposeful? Because look, some of these things, 14 years ago, 55 views and blah, blah, blah. You got that. But then this one video here, if I do the most popular, this is We Are Soldiers in the Army, the male chorus, that's 209,000. And it was just a good song by the choir. And I think it was Men's Day or the male chorus or something like that. It's purposeful. So just be mindful of the stuff that you bring up. Let's go back here. Should we consider treating the live stream like a television segment? Seems like once a week isn't enough. Exactly. That's the whole mindset. When your media ministry, like what I'm doing right now, I'm trying to do the same thing. I don't just tell y'all stuff and then I don't do it myself. Let's look at my broadcast network, AJ the CEO. I need to get back into it because we've been busy, but Mondays was I do a podcast on the media booth. And then Tuesdays, it used to be Tech Tuesdays, but normally do Tuesday through Thursday, I'm doing videos of the projects and stuff that we have going on. Friday is my live stream. Saturday is normally another video. Sunday was church post-production. And we did different content. So that's the mindset you want to think from your ministry. Just don't think about the service. What other stuff can be done? So like Pastor Kyle, he does Fresh Yes every morning, kind of like prayer and Bible study at the beginning of the day, every single day, Monday through Friday. Then we have service on Sunday, but then you can do anything else. Like this is the idea, think outside of the box. And this is exactly what I talk about in my book. And right after this, I need to finish writing the last chapter, and it'll be done. But it talks about what else can your ministry do. You can do prayer. You can do Bible study. You can make other content. You can have like a marriage ministry. You could have highlighting just different members in the church, other activities that y'all are doing locally. You can do a highlights reel of, because most people, 80% of the people forget your sermon when they walk out the door after service is over. And then by a week later, another 19% have forgotten it. So the idea, think about a highlight show. Say if you have service on Saturday or if you have service on Sunday, do a highlights on Tuesday as a reminder of what the things that were preached about, they were talked about. You can do, just like you see ESPN has the highlight reels of games and stuff like that. The mindset is, we are so stuck on thinking everything needs to be so holy in this. We have so many examples, everything around us that we can be using. Think about it. It's people watching people. Millions of people are just watching people play video games, do their hair, cooking. If people are going to do that, why doesn't the ministry, the church, make some type of content? Because people are already there. And we just have to use our imagination to think about it. So it's just like a television. You don't want to be like Fox and just have nothing but cops playing the entire time. Having your church do nothing but the live stream and nothing else is that mindset. You're leaving some stuff on the table. There's so much more you could do. Bruce, hello, good morning. Want to know, how did I make my like, subscribe, and get notified buttons? Well, that is all from Envato Elements. Again, I told you I use that for a bunch of stuff. So if I come over here, and I'll see if I can make one real quick. So some of these, they have kits. So actually, let's do YouTube broadcast. I want to say YouTube Lower thirds is probably the better one. So see, they have ones like this, but we're looking specifically for, here it goes. We can use this one. So I need to make sure, and this is an After Effects, so I can't use this one. I can use this one, excuse me. So let's download this one and let's just make one. Again, this is the beauty of this. You don't have to make this all over. Somebody else has, and then you just get it and you work from there. All right, so let's go ahead and open this up. And this is in After Effects. If you don't have After Effects, you can get the suite for like $19 a month, or you can download a free trial for 2 weeks, and then you can make all the stuff you need and then be done. All right, Pete, you're saying ads keep popping up. I don't control that. That's YouTube. They've changed settings on how often ads come up. That is not something I particularly can control. I only have like a tab of frequent, unfrequent, and that's it. So right now, mine is set to balanced. I would change it to conservative. That's the lowest setting that I can put on there. Now, I need to be careful with this. After Effects and Adobe stuff is just horrible, and it's not optimized well for the PC, sadly. That's why I use my Mac for this, so hopefully this will be something simple. So let me do the like, subscribe one. I think that's 10. So again, this was already made, and that's it. All I do now is come in here, and we are going to render that. Now send that to the render queue. See? Adobe is crashing because of memory. See? Out of memory. And it's nowhere close to being out of memory. Let's clear this out. Yes, I want to clear that out. I don't know how in the world it ate up 32 gigs of memory just by opening that up. All right, let's try it again. Let's render to start this up. Thank you. While I'm doing that, got some other questions. Yeah, Pete, this is just YouTube. I guess from the interactions, it changes the ads based on the person, so it's not overall. And Juanita, question: is there a way to go back and add keywords for searching purposes to your live stream so you can change the so we can change the algorithm? Yes, you can go in and add those tags and words into the bottom of your description. Let me start this up real quick. I'm going to change this. I could just do this as a file, but I want to use it as PNGs, as a selection of images. I would do it here. Let me find a good place to drop this stuff. I'll put this in my render folder, and I will let it run. Hopefully, it should not take very long. Let's close that. Oops. All right, so going back to like what you're saying, all right, I'm still logged into here, so we can do it on Antioch one. And I'll use them, for example, for the exact same reason. Let's go back, and you wanted to know about adding keywords. So if we come back here to the live stream, and I'm going to do two things. I'm going to leverage some AI at the same time to do this as well. So first, let me come in here. Let me get a link for this. And this is one of the things that you can use ChatGPT for, which I use a lot. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to select the Vox script because this one can read subtitles. So I'm going to say, please suggest keywords for this video. Plugins are no longer supported. What? Please suggest keywords for this video. What? So what in the world is this? New chat. Okay, they must have changed something. Box script. That's what I'm using. Start chat. No logins needed. See, that's what I had. Keywords for this video. I don't know why I didn't. I must have clicked on the wrong chat. Error talking. Okay. Accessing the video and the link provided. Let's see if that link is actually correct. No, there it is. That is the right link. All right, so we just got to go back the old way. So if we need to come back in here, we would just go to your video, and if you scroll down in here, you'll have first, it's not organized. We will come down here to show more, and then you can put tags here, but be mindful, right? It says here, tags can be useful if your content in your stream is commonly misspelled. Otherwise, tags play a minimal role in helping viewers find your video. Tags used to be important. This is for like when I put tags in mine. So when somebody does AJ the CEO, they just do AJ the CEO instead of AJAY. I put that in there for people to find me. Now, if you're talking about keywords and hashtags, so I would use this for an example. I would come in here, and one of the easiest ones that they don't have here is hashtag Antioch for Rhino. That's one, because that's what I used to use. And then Antioch Baptist Church. And see, because this is what I used to do, and none of this has been filled out. These were keywords that were built in of who talked, the date, and everything, but none of this is being done. So, like, if I just do that change right there, now let's see what's happened. If we come in here, see, now we have our tags right there. So now if I click on this hashtag, now it's bringing up all these videos. And again, this was from 5 days ago and 2 weeks ago, because these are the two that I edited. Everything else is like, well, they are using good. They are still using some of them. That's good. Yay, that was the choir when I was playing for. So just be mindful of that. So that's the easiest way you can do it. Keywords, you got to be careful with it. You can, some of the stuff was called keyword stuffing, where you would put words in your video to try and trick the algorithm. They used to get after you for that when it was very obvious, the stuff that you were doing. Michael, you need to switch to Fusion. It is much more stable, but not enough people use it, so there are more templates available. Yeah, I've been trying to get back into learn more into Fusion. I only use, that's why I push it over to my Mac to do this, because it doesn't act up. Because Adobe has always put all the effort into Apple, and they, you know, it's like the stepchild you don't want. That's how they treat the Windows one from there. But let's see. Let's go back over here. And again, you got to think about how this wants to be done. So first off, and this is what I used to do in our church post-production. First, you see the differences in volume. First, I would level all of the audio to make sure it's level. And then dead spots, I'll completely get rid of. So let me get to this part. So right here, Pastor Flowers, I need to level his audio so that the same way I try and do, and y'all get after me sometimes when I want people, when they listen to the live stream, they set their volume at 50. and they shouldn't have to crank it up or they shouldn't have to crank it down. I want all the volume to be level as best as possible. So like right here, he is very low. So the first thing I would do is split it. And you see that low level of talking this entire way. I want to find where he actually starts to get louder.
I wish I had at least one person. I'm going to walk slowly through this part of the sermon.
So from right here, he's going to start to get louder here. So from right here, we're going to split this again. And this section, I want to normalize that audio and crank that up. So it just brought it up. So let's see what it sounds like now.
That they've experienced his favor.
You see how much that's jumped. This is the editing back behind the scene where that's the reason why I always record the entire service and I come back and edit it to make this stuff nicer and neater. You know, I can come in here as well too.
I want to thank God for Deacon Brent Evans Sr. for leading us in worship.
And then for this is where, think about it. If you're only thinking and doing your live streaming, catering it for people inside the church, what's one of the most common thing? I'm not going to bring up a lower third because I know who's preaching. But if I'm watching your stuff, I don't know who that is. And then throughout the time, not annoying, but depends on how long you preach, they preach, maybe every 7 minutes, 9 minutes, I want to flash up who that was that's talking so I know who in the world that is. So for me, I'd come in here, just do a simple lower third, especially if you're not doing it live. And then we'll just come in here, play that, and then we'll just do Pastor, Antioch Baptist Church, and then Reverend Dr. Paul Flowers. And I think he's a senior. Just something like that. Because, I mean, I want to know when somebody is watching you, hey, maybe they like what's being done and they want to find somebody else, find another sermon who is preaching. Kind of hard to do that if I have no idea who in the world that is. You know?
Boy, Deacon Tyree.
You know, we'll bring that up, and then let's say we just look over the whole scope of the sermon. And so his sermon ended about right here. So throughout this time, I'll put lower third here. So over the entire time of this whole video, if somebody's watching, they'll at least be able to see what in the world's going on. Y'all are funny. Now, G. Albert, inside of DaVinci Resolve, you have Fusion here that gives you functionality to do the same thing as After Effects. It's a high learning curve, but it can do way more in here. But that's the one thing you want to think about. The other thing that I used to do inside of here, and let's actually do this again and see if I can remember how I used to do this at Antioch. So the first thing is I'd come in here and give me my tabs, and I'd rename this and call this full. I'd go through the entire video. I would cut out all the stuff that's not needed. So I would start right here. We'd cut that out. I'll put an intro in that part. We have announcements. We have songs. Prayer, another song. And then the sermon would start there. And thank you, Rakira. I saw you put that title up there. So we would start. I would mark this right here at the beginning. And when the sermon is over, hold on one second. That's a different one. Hello? Arthur Holmes. Yes, I do. I'm actually on one right now. I'm actually doing a live stream right now. All right, actually, hold on 1 second. Hey, folks. Hey, I just got a support call, so I'm gonna have to end this live stream. And but thank y'all for joining. Let me take this call. We'll be seeing y'all later. So sorry for the abruptness. Thank all the supporters for supporting me on Patreon, YouTube. Let me know. And again, I know this was different, but appreciate y'all being here. And sorry for the abrupt ending. So we'll be talking with y'all on the next video, folks. Later.